Alrighty, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, guys. So it's that time again. We got another market update here, and I'm gonna be saying the same thing I said yesterday, guys. We had potential for that bounce. I did notice we had the VIX gap fills yesterday that are well on their way to being filled right now. So I'm just gonna say we very much so can be right near another local high. I'm not saying it's going to be the high because I'm going to show you some things that I'm taking note of here today that I'm tying into my analysis. But yeah, all right, we got these gaps. They're being filled, and this is something that, hey, every time I tell myself that, hey, this time could be different, no, guys, VIX tells me, no, you know what, Henry, you were a dumbass, all right? It wasn't different. It was the same exact thing that happened every other time, all right? Every time we get these hourly gaps that just get left behind, all right, you got to be skeptical of downside on the indices until they get filled, because again, VIX is just going to keep slapping you on the behind. All right, that's just what's going to happen. All right, but we did have VIX coming all the way up here to 20, and again, just getting rejected by the top of the range. I was saying, like, hey, you're going to either get this massive big old bear trap, and that's going to make way for a massive short squeeze. And that was like, that's when we were literally down here. And I didn't say massive short squeeze, but I was saying, hey, you're going to have that like very decent buy come in. All right. Whereas like we could have just started bouncing. We were over here on Apple. All right. We were sitting down here. I was saying like, hey, you're going to start bouncing here. You're going to go a little lower. And then you are likely going to be having a decent sized bounce and probably get back up to 175. Now, is your boy sad that he had to sell Apple calls for loss, the 172.5s? Yeah, I am. All right. I am sad about that. All right. They're now, yeah, they're worth like, $300 right now. And, your boy's entry was about half of that. So that sucks. But that's okay. It's a part of the game, guys. Your boy is getting back in the flow of things. I told the Discord. I'm letting you guys know right now. All right. Yeah, all right. Weeks ago, I said that swing trading in this environment, at least for me, just did not seem like the move. And flash forward to now, yeah, swing trading is not the move. Your boy I'm not going to be swing trading, guys. I really don't care to do so. I'm going to be sticking through this swing here, but yeah, I just don't think it is the best, at least for me, to be trying to swing in this environment. This environment is absolutely insane, and there's definitely continuous setups that can just be played intraday. But yeah, let's start going over some of this. So first thing I'm going to point out, your RSI has burned through this divergence, at least the triple bearish divergence we had going on over here. So now you just have a simple bearish divergence going on, and then you also do have this one all the way over here. So if you do see it tick on up to 73, 76 today, that is when I'm going to be saying, hey, we're probably right there at a top. All right. So we clear as they are getting squeezed. I do think it's off of like the debt ceiling news. I was seeing on Twitter, McCarthy and Biden, I guess they're close to a deal or something like that. So let's talk about that. All right, guys. If they have no debt ceiling agreement, what happens? You get a market-wide panic, and you get a very quick sell across the board. What happens if they come to an agreement? I think we get one sick, nasty short squeeze like we're getting right now, but I think it's going to be quick. I think it's going to be violent like the one we're seeing right now. You come over here on the 3-minute time frame. Like you see this thing has not touched the 8 EMA once. All right. This thing is not even, it does not care. All right. No pullbacks are allowed today. That is what's going on. So yeah, I do think this is news based. Someone's probably buying it before they announce it. Maybe, I'm just saying, maybe that could be what's going on here. But regardless, guys, if they do have this deal that comes out, you could get a sick, nasty short squeeze because, market participants are like, oh, that's crazy. We're not going to all die. Whoa. But then guess what? All right. Liquidity, I'm pretty sure liquidity just gets sucked out of our market here, the equity market, and goes over the bond market. So in the end, S&P very much so has the chance of just doing this with both scenarios. So that's what I want to make pretty clear here. So we're rallying our asses off into this. Pardon my French, but hey, all right, we are literally doing a thing here, going straight up into this event. All right, you have your RSI is now at 70 on the weekly time frame. All right, We are going to be reviewing all of this stuff in the weekly update, but just know, like, hey, this Friday video, we do have Monday off. I want to let some people know about this stuff before before next week, guys, because honestly, guys, we very much so can see some bad news come out over the weekend. All right. I don't know what's, I don't know what day they're gonna come out saying whatever they got to say. All right, either a deal or no deal. I don't know when that's gonna come, but hey, we're approaching that deadline. It's on June 1st, and I'm pretty sure the Treasury is running out of money today. I'm pretty sure that's what I saw on Twitter. So, and if it's not the Treasury, it is another the big part of the system. All right. And guys, I'm not going to claim to have the best grasp on all these fundamentals, all right? I go over the technicals here on the channel. But I do think it is important to talk about things like this, all right? Because you compare things up like with the technical, with the catalyst, and this is clear as day. Catalyst that you are rallying your butt off into. Now, like I said in my Webull update last night, I do think you're going to have increasing buy volume on the weekly time frame here. So I was saying, like, yeah, I am, like, I'm looking for a top. I think we're right here. But yeah, we had increasing buy volume yesterday, which suggested we could be going higher today. And then if we just had normal volume today, then we're going to have volume that is increasing buy volume. And that also suggests that you have the probability of going higher next week. So maybe we, maybe we inch on up to the 348.50 gap fill next week. I'm really not sure. I'm not sure on all of this. All right. Obviously, everything we discussed here is speculation. All right. But I'm just going to say, guys, all right, again, I don't care if the squeeze is going on right now. I don't care if we get a little more of a squeeze going on. I think we are very close to this top. All right. And that's just because of what I told you. Both outcomes are like, hey, you're going to have a sell. And one outcome, you get a big sell. One outcome, you probably you just get liquidity just drain over here. And oh, look at that. You just got that burn. We're going to have to see what happens here. We are really going to have to see what happens, guys. When divergences get burned, that is when you open up the door for an explosive move, an impulsive move, I should be saying. All right. And on the 4-hour time from here, we're getting pretty close to well, I mean, we're not that close right now to our divergence getting burned through there. But it is something to know. And when I saw the 15-minute divergences getting burned through earlier, that was my cue there that we are probably going to be going higher. And that was just about right here. All right. So you could see when you started burning through that, that was literally on this first candle. All right. And that was at 342. Now you're $4 higher. All right. So that is just a little trick you guys can use on the charts there. All right. But the same goes for S&P over here. You started burning through your divergence right when you got up about right up here to this resistance. All right, coming over the 4-hour time frame, you do have all of your oscillators getting up there. Now, I personally am looking for a lower high here on SPY and ES. It doesn't have to happen. It really doesn't. But like, guys, if we're just objectively just sitting here looking at price action, yeah. This is like not the best price action. You don't like, this isn't showing that bulls have strength. It's showing you that you're still range bound. All right. So all this is showing me, you broke out of your range. All right. You came back into the range, came to the bottom of the range. Yes, bulls stepped up. Bears were still defending it over here at the top of the range. All right. And now you're up here. All right. So we're going to have to see what happens at this. We can treat this as one big range up here. All right. But since you already came back in here, I told you guys the other day, I was looking for, yes, we were looking for buyers to step in either here, or we're going to come down here and we're going to have an either like a sick, nasty buy. All right. And it's going to be sweet. It's going to be sexy. All right. But guess what? It didn't happen. All right. We started buying literally immediately right from the bottom of the range. That is why your boy was, it's why I make the videos at certain times when things are happening. All right. Like, I make the videos. All right. If you don't want to miss anything and you want to get insights on the spot when things are actually going down, like this was literally something I told everyone about in the videos and the Webull update. Guys, turn the notifications on if you do not want to miss things. There you go. All right. But because of this price action, guys, I am looking for a lower high to come in here. I'm just like, you already got one over here and then you validated with this move right here coming under this low. So yeah, I'm looking for a lower high. It doesn't have to happen. Maybe we come up and literally have hit a double top at the bottom, at the top of the range here. All right, this new one that I guess we could say we established. But But yeah, guys, that's what I'm looking for over there. QQQ, but it still stands, guys. I mean, we can go higher next week if you have increasing buy volume on the week. I mean, hey, volume is one of my favorite indicators. It doesn't always work, but at least I've been seeing it work wonders over here on SPY QQQ, Apple, the main dogs. Yeah, it's been working wonders. Yeah, guys, on the lower time frames, really the only thing, it's not really anything important over here on the hourly and 15-minute. You're really just going to be watching to see if this divergence gets burned, guys. If it gets burned through, you get the chance of, I mean, hey, that impulsive move, like an even more impulsive move, all right? You burn this, an even more impulsive move. That's what you open up the door to. All right, but I'm going to point out Apple's finally getting up here. This was a condition I wanted satisfied, all right? Well, now, guys, we are satisfying that condition. What else do we have? VIX. VIX is also satisfying one of those conditions. We are coming down into this gap fill. We are now 20 cents from the gap fill. Well, we almost got like 14 cents away from the gap fill there. We need to come down and do that. And why do we need to fill the gaps, guys? We just need a free VIX. All right. We need VIX to be free. Like over here. All right. The gap was at 16.8. Nope. Yeah, 1682. All right. So the gap was at 1682. Let's see where you bounced. All right. Let's just put that on there. Oh, what happened there? What was the low of the candle right there? Oh, 1682. That's because, hey, reversals take place off the gap fills. The 80% reversal rule. All right, guys, so that is pretty much it. I still want to point out that, hey, Bitcoin, it still got rejected from this head and shoulders. You still never came down and hit the 25K target. I still think that is on the board, which actually, not on the board. I think that is very likely to be hit soon. Bring that back over there. All right, 25,000. All right. Even though, like, if we weren't to use the patternsite.com's price targets, then we probably would have a target somewhere down here. All right, that would be the thing. I will point out, guys, DXY is still rallying its butt off. This cannot be good. It really, like, I don't care what any, like, someone let me know. All right, I've been asking. All right, some people have shared their opinions. All right, if you 100% know, like, why is DXY rallying its butts off, as we also have SPY and QQ rallying its butts off. All right, or their butts off, let me know. All right, because this is, it can't be good. It just can't. All right, why is this thing doing that? It's not something's going on behind the scenes and your boy doesn't know what it is. But hey, I know when this happens, it's not good. It's not a good thing. Yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. That's all I'm watching for. All right, I do want to point out IWM is now getting the pullback. All right, you're all the way down there. All right. Which is something I actually pointed out over here on SPY, all right? You were all the way down here, and now you have your oscillators all the way up here, all right? Your CCI and stochastic were in oversold territory, which was the same thing we were looking at over here when we got this stochastic squeeze over there. Same thing over here, all right? We've been range bound over here on SPY, guys. This upcoming move, I do think it is going to be a big move. I told you guys, all right? I was putting down the bull case on SPY a while back, not over here on QQ. Now you guys see exactly why. All right, I think I said it somewhere over here when I was saying that about QQQ and like putting it down on SPY. It's just because, hey, all right, they have an incentive to keep this thing tamed, but QQQ, they've showed they can't keep it tamed. All right, guys, they're like straight up, this thing is in full-on squeeze mode. All right, let's just actually go over some of these squeezes. NVIDIA, AMD, all right, and I'm just gonna actually talk about this real quick. All right, I think I was saying this to Lacey, but in the comments yesterday, guys, all right, the chip stocks, all right, I saw it. Google, Microsoft, Apple, all of the big ones, they weren't moving the market up when QQQ rallied like 1.6%, all right, in after hours right away, all right, off of NVIDIA, off of the chip stocks. That like wasn't heavily influenced by the other things, which shows me that the chip stocks just moved. They moved QQQ up like 1.5 to 2%, and then you rallied your butt off the next day, and then like look what AMD did over here. Right, open up here, you just keep going. It's like guys, they like chip stocks probably rallied QQQ like 2%. Just like give back just this move, and you are going to see QQQ fall 2%. Now combine that with Apple. NVIDIA has just about a 1 trillion market cap right now. We come down and see that 948 billion. All right. Well, Apple, guys, 3 trill, just about. Microsoft, 1.7? No, 2.4. What's 1.7? I think Google and Amazon are the lower ones. 1.6 over here, and Amazon is like 1.1, I think. Yeah. All right. What happens when all of these start having their RSIs come down to, you know, the oversold territory? What happens, guys? What happens? You're going to see that 2% move I just spoke of that the chip stocks caused, all right? You're going to have all these things just tanking at once. At least I think, right? From what I've seen, you've had each one of these big names pumped one at a time, all right? And then they also do, you know, you have the freaking AI hype going on, all right? That's also pumping, you know, not one at a time, but it's all going together. Speaking of which, PLTR, that is an AI hype name. So just thought I'd throw that one in there. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe PLTR starts popping off. That would be pretty cool. I saw something about it on Twitter. I was like, oh, yeah, I'll check that out. Not going to play it. But yeah. All right, guys, I will catch you guys in the next one. Whenever all of these things do start to fall at once, if that happens, it doesn't have to happen. If it happens, just know, like June 16th, I've been talking about it. What if it's not the massive sell that everyone thinks? Maybe not everyone thinks, but like a lot of people, I'm sure, are thinking there's going to be a massive sell. What if it starts to be a massive sell? You get a very sharp decline. You come over here and you just make a higher high or a higher low. All right, because you would literally just be flipping the previous highs. Guys, we did that already. We flipped. That was this move right here. You flipped the highs from over here. All right. So what if you literally just did that again and then you're off the race again? That's why we're going to play it by ear. All right. That's why, like, your boy is not going to be swing trading anymore. I don't have a desire to do so. I have seen better results not doing so and just literally taking my what I consider probable trade setups. Yeah, trading in the zone. All right, guys, with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.